Any first-timers over here at the convention, yeah? Okay, welcome to it. I hope you guys are having an awesome time so far. My name is Abdallah. I run a YouTube channel called Abdallah Smash, and I will be the host for today's awesome panel where we're going to be interviewing and playing some video games with two very well-known voice actors. Of course, you guys are here for exactly them. How many guys recognize some of the characters that they may voice? Yeah, some super fans in the audience? Cool, cool. I'd love to see it. All right, so how this is going to work is we're going to be having them play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then I'm going to be asking them some questions along the way, some really deep questions that you guys might be curious of. If any of you guys are super fans of either of our two voice actors over here, we do have a hot mic on the back over there. See where Chuck is? Everyone, let's give Chuck a round of applause for setting everything up. All right, so there's a hot mic right over there. I'll give you guys an opportunity to walk on up there, and you guys can ask anything to your heart's content within reason. Anyway, it'll be a great time. So thank you again for coming out, and let's get our first voice actor coming over here. It's going to be none other than Gabe Kunda. Let's give him a round of applause. There we go. Let's hype him up. Let's give him that energy right over here. Gabe. All right, there we go. You can have a seat right over here. This one goes right on your temples. Easy peasy. All right, Gabe, my man, welcome to it.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, tell me, so for those of you guys that are unacquainted with you and your work,
yes.
What are the top 3 most popular voices that you've acted?
Probably right now, King from One Piece, and then...
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, this is, okay. Second one is Newcastle from Apex Legends.
Okay, any Apex fans over here?
And then Rocklock from My Hero Academia.
There
so,
we go.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are here for. Love that.
Woo.
I see a lot of you guys recognize it, and I love to see it. All right, that is amazing. How much do you know about Mario Kart?
I know Mario.
You know Mario.
That's
Okay.
just, I play a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I'm gonna get my butt kicked.
Hey,
We'll
you know
see.
what? We'll be fine. It's super casual. It's all about the questions,
hope
and
so.
it's all about you guys over here. So start thinking of things if you want to ask and have your curiosity satisfied. All right, our next voice actor coming to the stage is someone very popular. I think I see her right in the back over there. This is Anairis Quinones.
Woo!
Let's give her a round of applause. Let's give her all that energy. Anairis, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, here we go. Let's show her how to wear this high-tech headset over here, right on the temples. Easy. Done.
I feel like we're like...
I'm telling you, it's an interview stage
Mad
right over here. There we go.
Hi.
Hi, there we go. Great, great. Everyone's excited to see you. So, Anairis, tell me, give me your top 3 most popular voices that you think that everyone over here knows.
You all should know Mirko from My Hero Academia.
All right, raise your hand if you guys know all these. Yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's literally everyone. Love it.
We're working. Lynette from Genshin Impact.
Ooh, that's right. Genshin Impact.
Interesting. I was expecting more hands there. Rika from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Ooh, love that. Okay, that's great. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. Now tell me about your skills in Mario Kart. Here we go, because it is gaming with the stars. Non-existent. Okay. You gotta go easy on her.
I don't really do the competitive gaming at all.
Okay.
So we'll see.
If you were to do gaming with the stars with a different title, that you would beat Gabe.
Comfy game?
Yeah. What game would you beat Gabe in?
I mean, if Hollow Knight was competitive, yes.
Hollow Knight?
Okay, like that Hollow Knight. Yep. That sequel that's never coming out.
Yeah. Silksong. When?
Okay. Any other competitive game that you're really good at?
Smash.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Are you good at Smash Bros?
Not me.
Oh, I was gonna say we could do
Opposite.
an exhibition match later. I would love to see that. Maybe. Well, I mean, since you don't have too much experience on Mario Kart and Gabe does, maybe if the audience likes, maybe we can switch and then see you destroy Gabe in Smash Bros. Would you guys like to see that later? Okay,
yes!
some of you guys would. All right.
Well, Raiders!
No, we'll be great. All right, why don't we go ahead and click on multiplayer over here. We'll get this started. And remember, guys, those of you guys just joining us, please feel free, come on over. You guys in the standing section in the back, feel free. We got seats up in the front row. Don't worry about it. And also think of what kind of questions you guys have for it. You guys are on hot mic, ready to ask some questions? Is that what that is? Okay, good. Yeah, that's our hot mic over there. I thought you guys were ready. All right, so go to versus race. All right, easy peasy. Choose any character.
All right.
All right. Anairis, tell me
Mario.
about what your favorite character is.
That I've done?
Yeah.
That I've done, I love them all, so that's hard. But Mirko's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Okay.
Mirko's pretty solid. For me, my
Yeah.
favorite character. Oh,
Your favorite
gosh.
character that you voiced.
I really enjoy King in One
Okay.
Piece. I think he's just such a foreboding, and a good-looking character when he takes off that mask.
I would say so.
Because that mask is hideous. But once he pulls it off, it's like, whoo wee.
Great.
He's
You're like, I have to be a little attracted to my character.
You know
This
what I'm
is
saying?
true.
Just a little.
You
Little
have
bit of a
to.
baddie.
Now tell me. So One Piece. How many episodes is that in? It's like 1,000
A
episodes.
billion. No, I'm just
yeah, I was
kidding.
gonna say
I
there's
think
like
it's like
1,000
11,
episodes.
1,200 episodes or something like that. It's something insane.
Yeah.
And we managed to catch up
Sure.
with the dubbing.
So you're saying that what episode does King come in?
Oh, I think he's like introduced in like 900 something.
Okay, great. How many guys have watched 900 episodes? No way.
Oh, wow.
No
Wow.
way. Okay. Cool.
One
All right. Well, that's good.
Piecers.
I mean, can I just jump in? Can I jump
Go-
into
go
episode
ahead.
900
You might
and I'll be okay? Okay, great.
No.
No, I cannot. All
Well,
right.
I think you can. Maybe. I don't know. I
Oh.
literally went to episode 500 because I did Fisher Tiger in One Piece.
Okay.
And then I was like, I am not watching all that. Jumped to the 900, so.
Okay, so it's
When I
fine.
started-
It's acceptable.
Yeah.
Got
it'll
it.
be okay.
Got it. Love to see that. Okay, so go to no computers. This is perfect. You can press the A button.
Okay.
And then Anairis, why don't you go ahead and choose a level with Gabe's controller over here. You get first
Ooh,
got
choice.
it.
First
All right, ladies first.
pick.
First pick any level, and then we'll go from there. Then I'll start asking the hot questions. And if you guys have any questions that you want to ask about any of their characters, feel free to go ahead and you guys can line up over by that hot mic. I'll see you guys over there, and
This
then
is so intense
essentially
here.
I'll call on you to do that.
Oh my
Which is
gosh.
someone that's over there now. We'll see. She's slowly moving away. I don't want to be put on the
Oh,
spot.
I see. Okay.
All right, any level. The
was-
first world with the mushroom is probably the easiest if you want to jump into it.
You know, that's not bad.
Yeah.
You're like, that's
He's,
easy for me.
Yep,
Ease on
ease
it.
into it. That's right. That's right.
Oh.
Yep. Then you want to press
Yep.
the A button there. And we'll be set.
Oh, I want this one.
Animal Crossing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So you press the A button to go, L button to item, and then
Mhm.
R button to power slide if you need to. No worries.
Got it.
All right, let's place some bets here. Who's winning? I don't know.
No faith.
No comment.
No
All right,
comment.
friends. So this one, Anairis, if you want to answer this one for me while you're racing, which is the hard part.
Right.
Yes.
So give me an example of how you connected with one of your characters that you voice. And did you have any connection with them in your personal life after voicing them for so long?
Like, the connection
Oh.
kind of started afterwards?
Yeah. So like you started voicing this character and you really connected with them, and then maybe you took like a trait from them, and now you've adopted that. Have you
That
had
is
any
a-
instance like that?
I definitely have.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of the characters that I've voiced, I have, I was already, like, a fan of the franchise or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I know this character, whatever. But I did have some that I didn't know. One of those characters was Mito from Sword Art Online.
Okay.
I voiced her in the movies, and she is a very cool character. She is kind of quiet, keeps to herself, really good at school, but she games, and her personality really comes out whenever she's gaming. And I really loved how she was just so willing to help, and how she was able to, like, she wasn't, not me hurting myself, oh my gosh, she wasn't
Sure.
able to, like, she wasn't like, oh no, I'm gonna be better than you. Like, she genuinely would help, Asuna learn how to play the game,
Yeah.
and everything, and it was really cool. And so, but I really liked the fact that when she made her mistake that she did, because I'm not going to get into spoilers.
Yeah. No
she-
spoilers. Sure.
Even though her instinct was to run away, she was still able to express herself
Right.
and, be honest and be like, I'm sorry, but I still care about you, and I really, I guess, admire that. So much she's helped, and I feel like that's something I try to take on, where it's like, oh, if I can help somebody grow,
Yeah.
I totally will.
Love that. Love that. All right, same question for you, Gabe.
Would you mind repeating it one more
Yeah,
time?
absolutely. It's a lot, and that's the fun thing about Gaming with the Stars is you're concentrating on Mario Kart, and you also want to give a thoughtful response to that.
Right.
It's more about character connection.
Yeah.
How have you had a connection with the character that you voiced that has absorbed into your full personal, I guess, personality or life
man.
outside of that?
No,
If it's happened.
Yeah, I think for me it's been Newcastle for sure in Apex Legends. I feel like he's a dad. Now I don't have any kids, so it's not like I said I'm gonna have a kid.
Yeah.
But he's very much a. Oh, did I pick? Is it my turn? Can I pick?
Yeah, you can pick any level you want.
Music
Go
part.
for it.
He's very much a protector and is all about lightening the mood. And I think I don't know. I try to be that, but I found myself with the character being more of that, which is I guess why Newcastle is such a glove.
Sure.
Is being that kind of that comforting protector, lightening up the mood type of guy when it comes to situations and stuff. But yeah, I think that's in terms of character connection, probably the one that's been closest to me.
Good. All right, there we go. Head start. Awesome. All right, so Anairis, this one's for you. Talking to me about role preparation, right? Do you have any processes or ways that you get ready for a brand new role? Anything like that?
Ways that I get ready?
Yeah, do you watch 1,000 episodes of One Piece? Or play everything from Genshin Impact? Do you play that and really immerse yourself into that? Like, tell me about your role preparation on voice acting.
When I first started, I think I was very much more like, I'm going to watch the episode and I'm going to do this, and just like a whole bunch of, role preparation. But I think I've kind of grown to trust my instincts more and to trust my directors. I still do my research, like bare minimum.
Sure.
And I like to do like these kind of character sheets because I'm a writer first. So I like to, be like, oh, yeah, this character has these traits and they have these traits because of this or that or this and whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I do. And so my process has simplified over the years. But yeah, that's what I do.
All right, same question going for you, Gabe. Role preparation.
Yeah, I do watch, if there's, source material or something maybe there's seasons or episodes of the things I'm working on.
Yeah.
I will watch some of the stuff for sure. I'm very.
This sucks.
Yeah, I'm trying to
It's hard, man.
I can get very anxious about I'm wanting to know everything about the character, not to the point where I get stuck in what I think the character should be, but I just want to be prepared so there's no surprises, and I get in there and they're like, hey, you suck, you're fired,
Right.
So I do some character preparation in terms of looking if there's any source material or if the game has already been out or something. Like with Apex Legends, that game was I came in, I think it was season 13.
Okay.
So there were already plenty of years worth of content I could grasp from in terms of understanding the lingo, and even my hero was already out for about 4 years.
Right.
Longer
than that? Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, when I came around in 2019, it was like, all right, let me see what there is to grasp and glean from, the voice acting, because it's different from show to show and project to project. So you just kind of want to make sure you get in the vibe and the key of the game and projects that you're working on. So yeah, I do prepare.
Gotcha. And you're already doing some work with Mario Kart over here, all right?
I'm trying.
Undefeated over here.
Nice,
I think that
undefeated.
Smash Bros. Round is totally coming after this. Just
Oh
saying.
gosh,
She's coming for you.
Redemption.
Yeah, that redemption arc is absolutely coming for you. Now, speaking of redemption arcs or character story arcs, perfect segue. Nailed it.
Nice.
All right. So tell me, Anairis, this one's for you. So how do you handle the evolution of a character? story arcs, drama arcs, revenge arcs, all of those things. Do you have an example of like an extreme arc that your character and you had to change and adapt your voice to? Did you have any examples of that were a little challenging or along those lines?
One of the most challenging roles I had was Rika Kawai from One Direct Priority.
Okay.
And it was very challenging because she is a character that is kind of opposite of me.
Okay.
She likes to hide her emotions, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So figuring out how to portray that was tough within itself, like trying to get the subtleties of like, oh, yeah, I'm going through this thing, but I'm not going to let it slip out too much.
Right.
So I think, but she goes through, a development where she figures out, like, she has a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
And so, but eventually she, has a better relationship with her mom. She has, what the hecky? She has this sucks. Why did you choose this?
Because.
That's right.
Evil.
Yeah. Welcome to
No,
Mario Kart.
I hate this. Oh my gosh.
So it's more of a character that is not necessarily your personality.
Not necessarily my personality, and she has to figure out how to open up and to be honest. And what did I have that parachute for if it wasn't going to do its job? And so having to do that development of like her, I guess, being opposite to me, and then kind of learning to be a bit closer to me.
Yeah.
And how I handle myself, I think that was interesting.
Very much so. All right, Gabe. Same question.
Yeah, I think for King in One Piece, it was very interesting because I felt like when he had his mask on, it was more of a flatter, kind of a darker, more just kind of, scarier read. And then there came a point, and I'm not going to spoil it because it's like, but people do know, like, his mask does come off. And I think it definitely evolved into more of a humanistic, just more emotional and more, I think, heartfelt. Like, you can, there you go. You could connect with him better, and I had to kind of show that even in the vocal quality, making him a little less, a little less dark. Just more a little, not say friendlier because he's not friendly, unless you're Kaido, but just more connected, I think.
All right, so give me a vocal example.
I think
of a before and after, like the evolution.
So if I'm saying something like, let me think. I'm going to the store to buy groceries.
Okay.
When he had the mask on, it would be,
I'm going to the store to buy groceries.
Okay.
Just real flat, and that's it.
Sure.
But now that he had the mask off, it's a little bit like,
Hey, I'm going to the store to buy some groceries.
it's a little bit more like, he's just
A little more laid back.
No, more laid back, yeah. And
Yeah.
also there's like an emotion there, and I think that it's very subtle, but I think it was important in portraying the character and developing the character. So yeah, and
So
I mean,
It's like, hey, I want to let you know, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to the grocery store.
the grocery store.
I just, because, I figured you might care about me.
Exactly.
Maybe. So.
So you have to somehow depict that in your voice, which is the art of voice acting. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a.
Yeah, it's fun to hear, totally. All right, next question. Anairis, you ready? Now that there's no gaming happening, there's a little reprieve over here. Anyone in the audience want to ask a question to any of these voice actors that we have on stage? Don't be shy. We can do it. Hot mic is over there. Wave at me, flag me down. Otherwise, we're gonna keep on going. Yeah, you have a question, or are you just saying hi? Hi. Oh, look at that. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. All right. Moving on. This one is going to be more about cultural influences, right? Because we're over here in the West, the United States.
Yep.
More along the lines of, anime,
Oh, what I do.
originating in Japan. How do you guys think that
I keep pressing the B button.
yeah? How do you guys think that anime reflects or influences everything that we deal with on a day-to-day basis? I think it's becoming a little bit more, mainstream. We've got
Ooh.
Animate Columbus, where we're celebrating all of you guys here. Yeah. So how do you guys? What do you guys think of that as far as influencing culture in general?
You're now Luigi. Did you catch that, Gabe?
How has anime influenced culture
Yeah.
in general?
Yeah. How is or like your
Ooh.
voices in the games that you do, in the anime shows that you
Yeah.
do, in the movies that you do? How do you think that's influenced culture, if anything?
It's interesting how, because I, grew up at a time where people were very subtle about their interest in anime.
Yeah,
Like
that's a good
you
point.
would have like keychains on your backpack,
Okay.
and if you knew, you knew.
Yeah.
And then
Is
you
that
would geek
right?
out,
Okay.
right?
How many guys have like anime keychains on your stuff? Okay, a lot of you guys
Yeah.
do. Yeah, that's a thing. That's totally a
And
thing.
when somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, is that Naruto from Naruto?" and it's like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" and then you would geek out about it
Yeah.
and look weird in front of your class. But that was the time that I grew up in. So to see it become kind of mainstream
Yeah, definitely more
is
mainstream.
Interesting transition.
Yeah.
But I also think it's great because, like, I think now people can just fully be their nerdy selves and there's no weird judgment.
Yeah, there's like an
Um,
acceptance out there.
Yeah.
100%.
sure.
And anime has like so much. There's so much. Anime isn't just one genre. So, and the stories are so interesting and the
Oh, yeah.
animation is gorgeous. So I feel like it helps everyone connect in a more interesting way,
Yeah.
in a more honest way. And I don't know. Anime brings people together.
It
Yeah,
does. It definitely does.
I know I was bullied for watching anime and being kind of a geek in that way or whatever. And now it's the coolest thing in the world. I can
That's
do
right.
it freely and not be bullied for it. It's my job, and it's like it's funny because a couple of the bullies that were bullying me now they hit me up and they're like, "Oh, hey man, how do I work
yeah.
for Crunchyroll, man? Dude, I see you're in Dragon Ball Super. How did you get into and it's so
Yeah.
interesting now. But no, I don't know if it's like it's becoming mainstream. It is mainstream at this point. There's so many references, even in music, in movies.
Oh, my girl Megan.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, like
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
it's so cool. And so like now it's in. It's in.
It is definitely in, and that's why we're all here for this entire weekend.
Heck
It's great.
yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yes.
All right, now talking about fan interactions, I love asking this question
Oh
to
my
all of our
gosh.
people. I love it so much because, like you, I'm an entertainer. We do all the things. We interact with fans.
Yep.
Tell me about a most memorable fan interaction that you guys have had. Whoever wants to go first, feel free.
Oh.
Take the mic.
No,
Make
no,
us
go
all
ahead and
cry the
answer.
happy tears.
Answer,
I'm trying to
Gabe.
think of what's the craziest and what's the most safest I can.
Safest.
Give me, give me the most memorable, regardless of if it's safe,
Memorable.
regardless of if it's family friendly, whatever.
Yeah.
Give me the first thing that came to your mind,
The first thing that came to my mind was
provided we have kids in the audience.
yes.
Yes.
Someone asking me to sign their boxer briefs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Can you sign my boxer briefs while they were wearing the boxer?
while they were wearing it?
Okay, which portion? The front or the back? The side?
It was actually just the top. Oh, did I win again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not you winning without noticing. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay,
Did I
what a
win again?
flex.
He says. Oh, she wants to play Smash Bros. and just
Oh,
destroy you now.
Gosh, I literally.
See, this is
would
why I can't
lose.
play competitive games.
That's right. That's right.
No, it was
All right.
it was the top part where it says Haynes. They wanted me to sign.
I mean, that's
Tidy
all they had.
whities.
Tidy whities, and then you just grabbed that Sharpie
And
and did it.
4 other people had already signed.
Okay.
Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't say I did it.
Oh, you didn't do it.
No.
You didn't. You refused.
I said I will sign something else, and it's like here's a sock.
What? What was? I'm just gonna say there's a foot in the sock. Let's just say that. Anyway.
Yeah. I'll leave it
anyway,
there.
anyway, okay, that sounds really funny. The weirdest thing that someone wanted
No,
you
it's
to.
the memorable.
That is the
thing.
most memorable thing. Okay,
Yeah.
love that. All right, Anairis, what do you got? What do you got for us?
Well, oh gosh, there's so many like wonderful things. then like a couple weird things, but for the most part, it's usually like good vibes. I feel like for me, one thing I think about a lot is I think it was the first and only time I did Anime NYC. I had a line, and this girl came up to me, and she was Puerto Rican, and New York has like a heavy like Puerto Rican Dominican population. So there was like a lot of Puerto Ricans coming up to me being like, "Oh my gosh, you're Puerto Rican, me too, me," and just being excited about that representation. And so this one girl came up to me, and she was just super excited, and but she was like, "Oh, I don't know how to talk to you, but I'm just so happy," and I'm like, "Oh, then you're good," So I'm just like, I give her a hug because I felt like she needed a hug, and this girl just starts crying so much. And then she like kind of explains why she's crying, and it's because she's been going through a lot lately. Like, her mother had recently passed away, and this, that, and the third, and
Yeah.
and so to just see representation meant so much to her, and so she was just saying like, keep doing your thing, and like she was sobbing, and I was like, oh Jesus. And to have such a, I guess, extreme example of like, oh, what significance we have.
Yeah, like a connection for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
I think that's one of the greatest parts too, because like at the end of the day, if you really break it down, you guys are in voice acting booths and you're recording lines.
Yeah.
And like that's what the work is.
Yeah.
But then you don't really necessarily see the reach of that character.
No.
Right.
Until you get those fans that come at you with life-changing stories or things that they're really going with. And I think that's the coolest thing, honestly. All right, here we go. Moving on. Next question. Whoever wants to answer, feel free. All right, talk to me about industry changes. All right, any kind of industry changes that you guys have noticed or you want to comment on as far as going through doing voice acting work, whether it be for anime, for video games, any kind of examples of how you think the industry has changed over the years.
Artificial intelligence.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, we're coming out with the guns.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah,
that's really good. So tell me about that.
Yeah, trying to protect our intellectual and physical properties. Unfortunately, I'll get on TikTok and I'll see a lot of the characters that I voice saying something that I didn't say.
Oh gosh.
On TikTok because of them being able to take a lot of the files from these shows or games and then train AI models. So it's been very interesting. I'm trying to figure out how to protect that.
Yeah.
But also, even I also voice commercials and stuff like that, and it's been interesting because when I get a breakdown or an audition, they'll say, hey, we have a reference of what we sort of want the read to sound like, and you click on the reference, you listen to it, and it's an AI.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, and so they're like, we want you to kind of copy what it's doing, but obviously bring emotion because
because
AI can't do that. So
yeah.
that's been the one thing that I can say is a huge change in our industry, and we're just kind of hoping that it doesn't replace us. And I don't think it. I don't know.
Not fully.
Not fully. I don't think it fully will. But
isn't that their goal though?
I mean, it is.
Isn't that the goal of AI?
I mean, it saves money. Apparently.
Especially like when you think about you've reached the voicemail box of 97. That stuff. Like all of my friends who do that, they don't do that anymore because they've just been able to grab I mean, who's listening to the emotion of what a telephony could be, voicemail could be?
That's fascinating.
Anyway, that's something I can say is a change.
That is really crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anairis, anything else you wanted to say about like AI and how it possibly affects your job as a voice actor?
Yeah, so AI, I know that's something that's been invading every space. Commercials, video games, animations, even anime. And it's unfortunate that our lovely capitalistic society has gone to the point where creativity is no longer
at the forefront.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like right now we're in an age where anime dubs are really good right now.
Yeah.
And creativity is at an all-time high because there's just a lot of people deciding to be creative, and they want to do that for their life. So at a time where there's of so many creatives to try and erase a place where they can work and be successful
For
and
sure.
you know get what's it called, healthcare and all that stuff. Like I think it's very diabolical to me. I
Yeah.
think it's not. It's obviously thinking of, oh, how do we save money, but at some point you gotta be content with what you have in terms of money, and it seems like no one ever is. So it is definitely something we're keeping an eye out. I do wish that our union handled negotiations better.
Sure.
But hopefully, when we get to renegotiate, we can
Make some more
actually get a
strides.
better deal.
Yeah. So it's just more of a battle. It's a battle
Oh, yeah.
between the voice actors, the whatever guild you guys are, whatever union, against all the AIs that are pretty much coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're trying to, not have it be against and be with. Like they're wanting to make it where we can work in, congruency. But
Yeah.
it's it benefits a lot of people.
I think that's really hard. So fast forward, let's say 10, 20 years from now, where do you think the industry is going to be at?
I think AI would play a big part in the industry, specifically in, like, if we're talking about a video game.
Sure.
I think a lot of the background NPC
NPCs,
stuff
yeah.
would be probably replaced. And I see an opportunity where a lot of these developers will say, "Hey, here's a game where we don't have an actor for the main character.
Okay.
Do you want to import your voice into the game to have that be the main character?" And
Okay.
that
So you
also
have
being
your
a
own
selling point.
you'll have your own profile.
Exactly.
And then they license out the profiles.
Exactly.
Oh, what a world.
I definitely see that being a thing as, these publishers try to maximize more profit and all that stuff.
That's right.
And then, human real acting, I don't know if you call that, will start to become a lot more of, like, I don't say a novelty, but
Yeah.
like, just
That's
like
what it has to be.
made with human actors at the bottom of the screen or something like that.
Oh my
you know?
God. Could you imagine? Like, okay, so then this is a question for Anairis here.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that culturally, human existence will tolerate that? Or do you think that there's going to be just a revolt against it, or a not support it? Like, oh, dude, there's this anime coming out over here, and they're using AI voice acting for it. Boycott that stuff. Like, really, we don't want that. Where do you think society will play in that? Are they going to accept it? Or are they going to lean into it because it's episode 3000 of Naruto or whatever, 3000 of One Piece, and that's just what they did for the season, right? And I'm
Yeah.
that committed into it, so I'm going to watch it. Where do you think society lands in that?
I think because AI can never truly get, it can copy our voices and our intonations and the technicalities of voice acting as much as it wants, but it can't necessarily capture the soul of it.
Yeah. We're
And
gonna
I think
switch to
people
Mario Kart, or
will
Smash Bros.
recognize
Yeah.
that they're missing the soul. So I think people will definitely notice and definitely like make it known that they don't like it. But honestly, I don't really see any real attempt to change it unless it started affecting everyday life
Yeah.
more. Because at that point, it's like, oh, well, if we're getting replaced and, oh, actors are getting replaced, that's weird.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be happening, period. And I think that at that point, when office work is taken over by AI and when
Yeah.
a lot of things become automated, like that's when it's like, okay, well, we are all not getting universal income, so how
Sure.
are we going to survive? How are we going to do anything? And I think that's probably when it will
Yeah,
happen.
and I mean, right now in like movies, some AI generated, computer graphics characters are fully voiced, and they're doing that. Like, that's scary.
Yeah, it is. I liken it to to like auto-tune in music.
Right.
Where like in the 90s or 80s, they didn't have auto-tune on the top 10. Everyone was just singing live, and you know, no one. I mean, that's how things were done. And then you involve auto-tune, and people are like, "What is that?" But then over time, you train the public that that is the norm of what they hear. So if you look at the top 100 right now, everybody's singing with auto-tune, and it doesn't really like that's our world. So if you put somebody in there that's not singing auto-tune, it's like something's flat.
Yeah,
but you're just so accustomed to using it. So with AI, oh wow.
Yeah.
So with AI, it becomes a situation where like, will people even care after? Like, will they be so accustomed to AI being the thing?
Right. Or if someone who's used to the auto-tune tries to sing without it.
Exactly.
And you're like, wow, that's how you sound. Okay,
right,
weird.
Right.
Okay.
So it's one of those things. I don't even know what I'm doing. I am
All right, so Gabe, you're Kirby, right?
I thought I was player 2. I mean, player 1.
Okay, or which one are you?
I thought it was Sonic. Am I
Okay, so
Sonic?
you're Sonic?
Okay.
All right, great. Anairis is getting the redemption arc after you beat her a couple times in Mario Kart.
Why do I keep doing this? I'm an idiot.
I don't even need to do anything.
No,
I
no.
don't
Go
know how to
ahead, make
play
my
this.
job easy.
I don't know.
Yeah, this game is hard. If you fall off, it's over, man. But it is Gaming with the Stars. We like to roll with the punches over here. Try some different games while we're at it. All right, so we are just about at time. I want to leave you guys with one more solid question, and it's going to be about legacy, right? Your legacy as a voice actor, actress, VA. Because I know that you guys, ooh, nice hit with the hammer. Okay, all right. That's pure redemption, by the way. Good work.
Gang, gang.
Got it. All right, so legacy, right? You guys have done so much work. I was looking at your Wikipedia, your IMDb's. You have huge lists for years of all different kinds of characters that you've done. So what kind of legacy do you want to leave with your voice acting career?
Ooh.
What do you want to, what's that message? How do you want your work to be remembered by fans? One last parting message to all of us watching at home, all of us watching over here. What do you want to achieve with that? It's a deep question, man.
That is a deep question.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
Oh my
I
god.
mean,
Long-lasting legacy. Yeah, go for it.
I feel like everything that I want to do creatively, like I love the idea of inspiring somebody creatively or emotionally, or you know, like for me, like if I play video games, I play Undertale or whatever, like that's something where it inspires me to be kinder, it inspires me to be myself more, it, you know, it just feels good and just reminds me of all the things I like about life. And so if I'm able to provide that to someone in some way, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
So-
said. All right, Gabe, you're up. How are you going to beat that?
Ooh, I'm not gonna be able to beat that. I mean, that's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But you know, I think in my career, in my overall, I try not to limit myself.
Okay.
So I work in different genres and different things, and the whole goal is like I don't want to be limited by just one thing. I want to be able to do it all and have fun doing it. And so I think if anything, that's what I want to leave behind. Is like you don't have to be boxed in. You can be and sound however you want.
Yeah.
And as long as you do it in excellence, and as long as you're proud of it, that's what matters.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing with being a voice actor is just knowing that, you know, generationally speaking,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Your family, like all of this media is going to be around indefinitely.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to erase whatever episode 900 plus of everything that you do, and it's just going to be around.
Yeah,
So like that's
it's
your
kinda-
legacy, and you can be like, hey, if you have kids or other family members down the line, you can say, hey, you know, this is what I've done.
Right.
Right, and
right.
that I think is the coolest thing possible.
I think that's it's a good way to put it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're doing one more round of Smash Bros over here.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm excited to see this. Anairis, you have to win.
This is my first time playing as Sora.
I mean, Sora is quite the floaty character.
He is. I love it.
He's doing all sorts of work. Come on,
cannot.
Pikachu. Yeah, hit him off. There we go. Oh, this is fun. So Smash Bros is your expertise, Anairis. Tell me about
Yes.
that. Did you just play that growing up? Played on the Wii? Played on?
Come on.
No, I was a PlayStation girl growing up.
Okay.
But Smash was like the only Nintendo game that other than
on.
Pokemon,
Yeah.
that I would deal with. or I used to play as a Sheik and Zelda all the time.
Okay.
Like back on the GameCube game, and so that was just something I slowly figured out. And so it was just a casual thing. I
sure.
am by no means a professional.
No, and it's not like it's Apex, right? You're not playing Apex over here, right? That would be
No.
something completely different.
No.
All right,
I
so
might get mad.
We
if
should
I
have had
say
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be a different
no,
story,
you
huh?
don't need another one. You're good. I think you got your wins already.
Okay, there we go. Falling off the edge right over there.
Thank
Pikachu, I mean, you got
you.
one more life over here. Pikachu, come on. Easy mode. This is gonna be either
Oh
it's
my
gonna be a
God.
shutout, or we're gonna have to ask for one more.
Just stop.
I'm excited to see this.
There we go.
Come on, Pikachu. There we go. Yeah, use those
No!
V-Bucks. And you're done. All right, and now let's give them a round of applause.
Are you not embarrassed?
That's right.
I am. Very embarrassed.
All right, so before we go, actually, grab that one more time or hold on to the mic. I just want you guys to plug yourselves.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and plug yourselves to everyone at home, everyone here. How about, where your socials are? What are you working on right now that people can look forward to? Whoever wants to go.
I am Anairis Quinones. You can look forward to Beyblade. Episode 1 of Beyblade X came out last week. Episode
Cool.
2 should be out tomorrow. I think I just announced Honkai and Yes 10, so look forward to more video game announcements.
Fun.
And you can find me on Anairis_Q on Twitter and Instagram and all the things.
Yay.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Gabe Kunda, and you can add me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I'm all on that. And what can I announce? Everything I can announce is NDA-ified, so I
Of
can't
course,
say
of course.
anything about that. But you can play me on Valorant, new seasons all the time, episodes all the time, or Apex, or Call of Duty as well. All the things like that. So anyway.
Do you have
Awesome.
any specific genre that you think people will be seeing you in?
Oh yeah, a lot more like Western prelay animations. So
Woo!
Okay.
stay tuned for that.
I'm excited for it. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thanks for playing some games and entertaining all of us over here. You guys are great. Once again, my name is Abdallah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, enjoy the rest of the convention. We've got a huge schedule happening over here on the stage. So take a look at it. It's right over that way. And of course, on the program. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of the convention, everyone. See ya.